I was going to tell you this because I said I would, and I was thinking this song I'm going to try to play for you. If I can remember, it's got a lot of words in it. But it's kind of a new song, but it was semi-inspired by the song I just played. But it was more, have you ever heard a song called If Tomorrow Never Comes by Garth Brooks singing? Will she know how much I love her? Sensitive piece, right? Okay, so this song I'm going to try to play for you is inspired by the opportunity that I had to meet the guy that came up with that song, If Tomorrow Never Comes. Well, one of the 5 or 6 guys, but one of the guys that came up with this song, I had a chance to meet him, and it inspired the song I'm going to play for you now. But before I can make that make sense, I got to back up to the song I just played, B-E-E-R-U-N, Beer Run. And I admit that it's not, say, as sensitive of a piece as If Tomorrow Never Comes, but it has a spirit of its own. Now, I'm sitting watching the Mets play the Giants in the middle of the afternoon, got that baseball package, and my manager calls me up, and he says, hey, you know that song of yours, Beer Run? I said, yeah. And he said, well, there's another song almost exactly like it on the radio, and it's George Jones and Garth Brooks, and it's not your version, though. It's like these 6 other guys. I said, oh, man, you know. And he said, well, what do you want me to do? And swear to you, as God is my witness, you know what my thought was? I don't have to come into town for this, do I, man? Because I don't give a shit. I swear to you, I don't. I got that baseball package. What do I want after that? So, my manager says, oh, you're easy to work with. And I go back to my game, and everything goes on as planned. Then he calls me back like a month later. It's still summer, and he says, bad news. Now, the guys that came up with Beer Run are calling us and saying, you took it from them. And I still just, I was like, good, I got 11 other songs on the record. I don't give a shit. I just don't want to have to go to Music Row or argue with people or get to this point where making up songs becomes something that you do in town. And so, I just wanted that out of my life. So watch what happens. Now, my manager calls me and he says, I went into town, I went in and I talked, we all met. Turns out nobody took nothing from nobody. That's what I was hoping happened. We could all go on with our lives. Then, I'm at home and living in Nashville. They're gonna induct Tom T. In Nashville, we induct somebody into something like twice a week. And they're doing, Tom T. Hall, there's something he's not in, they're gonna bring him in. They called me, I was honored to be called. I got to sing one of his songs. It was exciting, actually, to do at the Opry or something. And I'm serious, I can't remember if it was at the Opry or the Hall of Fame. It was one of them things that's supposed to be a big deal. Then, afterwards, I'm in the dressing room. This really happened. Afterwards, I'm with there's free carrots and celery and drinks and towels in the dressing room, always, almost always, right? And so I'm standing back there with this stuff, and there's a guy across the room, and my buddy says, you see that guy? I said, yeah. And he says, you know that song, If Tomorrow Never Comes? I said, yeah, I love that song. He said, that guy wrote it, you know. I said, oh, God, that's cool. I love that song. Let's go hassle him. So we go over there, and we have our free drink, and I remember I held my drink out, and I sang it. I went, If Tomorrow Never Comes, and he smiled, and I said, I love that song. And he said, oh, thanks. And I said, I'm Todd Snider. And he went, I know who you are. And I said, what do you mean? He said, I had a lot of trouble with you last summer. And I said, what do you mean? He goes, you know that Beer Run? And I said, yeah. He said, I wrote it too. Right? I told you I would tie this shit together. And I'm thinking, my God, you know, I thought, man, you took it from me. So I said to this guy, man, you took it from me. And he says, not technically, right? And I thought, no, what? I thought I didn't see that coming. And I said, what do you mean? And he went on to explain there's a certain amount of notes you could take, there's a certain amount of lyrics you could take in a row without taking too many in a row. And I thought, oh, this guy's a genius, man. This is who should be managing me. But the good news was, as he was walking away from me, I got this idea for a song that I made up by myself. It's called If Tomorrow Never Comes. If tomorrow never comes, I don't give a damn. If tomorrow never comes, I don't wanna be afraid to meet my maker just the way I am. You can't prove anything, but one thing is true. If you can steal from me, I can steal from you. Any kind of heaven everybody doesn't get in won't seem like a heaven to me. Well, they tell you that the Garden of Eden was perfect, but you couldn't even eat off the apple tree. And for heaven's sakes, you had to watch that snake lying to your woman constantly. Adam must have scratched his head, looked up and said, Lord, this isn't doing it for me. If tomorrow never comes, I don't give a damn. If tomorrow never comes, I don't wanna be afraid to meet my maker just the way I am. I can't do anything I'm dying to. If tomorrow never comes, tonight we'll have to do. I said, I don't ever claim to know what's going on around here. I don't even know where I'm from. I know where I'm going when I get to where I'm going, what I'm doing when I get done. They tell me I'm forgiven if I ask to be. I say permission ought to come that easily. I'm piling cores up underneath this apple tree. I'm singing, oh, Lord, have mercy on me if tomorrow never comes. And tonight is all I got. Hey, if tomorrow never comes, I don't want to be afraid to come and meet you just the way that I'm not. You can't do anything and then you die. Judge the judgmental and what am I? Judge the judgmental and what am I? Either way, I'm every guy I have ever tried not to be. I want everything as good as it gets. I've learned nothing but that there's another sunrise coming, all but one of the times it sets. And if tomorrow never comes, tomorrow never comes. If tomorrow never comes, tomorrow never comes. If we were all good people, we could work in perfect rhythm. If worms had daggers, birds wouldn't fuck with them.